Hey guys, what is up? Happy Saturday. So bear in mind I'm at my house right now, and so I am watching two little dogs who could go off at any moment, but that is the joy of working from home, right? And so just a quick reminder before I get into the questions inside the Ask Laurel thread, make sure that every single week that you are actually going through the featured section, okay? The featured section is not only where you're going to be able to find the Ask Laurel thread, but you can also find the replay from last Saturday's live of me going through the Ask Laurel thread. Also, there's all these different announcements that you guys keep saying, well, I didn't know about it. Well, every single week, you should be checking the featured section and you're going to see things like this 3-day blitz. Now, if you're someone who, hasn't done as much work inside this program as you should be, and maybe you're just looking for an accountability group, go to the featured section and keep an eye on this. Watch this before you buy thumbnail of this video that's going to walk you through the 3-day marketing blitz, okay? We still, I think, have a couple of seats left. If it's full, it'll tell you that it's full, but I think we might have a seat or two that's left. I do know there are not many, but if you're someone who's stuck and you want to get unstuck, that's the best way to get unstuck. Also, for those of you guys who are in the coaching space, consulting, service provider, anyone that relies on getting messenger conversations, go to Amazon and grab my brand new book. It's called Super Duper Profitable Ads. It is literally my own personal playbook that I personally use to not only grow my business organically, but how I used $5 ads in order to make over $2 million now in sales with less than $100,000 in ad spend. As a matter of fact, to get to my first million, I only spent about $30,000 or so like that, but just using super, super duper profitable ads, hence the name of the book. But there's all of these other replays and stuff that you can also find. Now, another common question I get is, Laurel, where do I find the replays from this program? If you go to Get Laurel's Help, there's a tab, and this is where you can see how you can get personalized help from me on the Ask Laurel thread, which is what we're about to do right here. You can attend live Zoom calls. There's two every single month. If you just click here, you can see every first Monday. And then here are the replays that you can find, all of the ones from previous, for the conversions over coffee, which is the ones that we have on Mondays. And then these are the ones that we have on Thursdays, every third Thursday. So if you haven't seen the latest one, it is a really, really great one. It is on offer validation. And so if you have not gotten people to buy your offer, I want you to watch this replay from just this Thursday. Lots of valuable stuff in there. But for right now, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go and dig into the Ask Laurel thread. Got some really great stuff today. But before you actually post, I just want to keep this as a reminder. If you have anything that you want me to personally answer, this is the only way during the week outside of the calls that I can guarantee that you're going to get me to respond. There's a lot of questions that get asked in the group, and there's no possible way that I would ever be able to answer every single question in the group. And so that's why we created the Ask Laurel thread, so that you can ensure every single week that you are getting your questions answered, okay? Every once in a while, I'll see someone that is completely lost in the group, and I try to help them navigate towards the start here, because guys, anytime that you're lost, always just navigate back to the start here section. It is going to recalibrate where you are in the program, and it actually gives you the first 3 assignments, which leads you to the Get Ready protocol that has an exact prompt that you can use. And so when people say that they're stuck and they're not using this prompt right here, I know that you haven't gone back to the start here section. And so use the start here section as a way to recalibrate what you're doing here in the program, because I know there's a lot of content, but not all of the content is meant for every single person. We have divided this program into different sections. And so in order to ensure that everyone, because here's the deal, not everyone like, even though you might have the same business, there's different nuances. And that's why it's important. And that's why I built in the Ask Laurel thread. That's why I built in the 2 Zoom coaching calls, because every business is different. There's no way that I can just create a course and just leave you guys to your own devices. It wouldn't work. Like, if you're wondering why you've bought so many Facebook ads courses and it's never worked, it's because there is no one solution for everybody. It has to be customized. And so that's why we work in the Ask Laurel thread. That's why we work in the 2 Zoom coaching calls. And so please, please, please use them. Do not spend thousands and thousands of dollars only to find out that something's not working. We have these protocols in place, okay? So don't come to me and say, Laurel, I've spent over $10,000 on your strategy and it didn't work. Well, at some point, you went along on your different path, because the rules in this program state start with validation, okay? So there's no reason that anyone should be losing lots of money without coming to the calls, without using the Ask Laurel thread. There's absolutely zero reason. But make sure that you are reading the rules, because there's nothing worse than having one of my team members having to delete a comment on this thread because you didn't follow the rules, and you having to wait an entire week. Now, just before you post, just skim the rules, okay? Cool. So now that part is over, let's go ahead and get into here. So let's see. How do you say this name? I am so sorry. Nagazi? Maybe that's... let's see. I'm stuck on the 3 missions exercise. My offer is organic hair products for kids and adults. I watched the 3 missions video and I got stuck where you said that we should create our mission document. Not sure which one I should use. So let me take a look at this. I am assuming, okay, so you are e-commerce, okay? If you are e-commerce, if you go into the 3 missions, there is an e-commerce. So right here, if you go to my stupid, simple, easy e-commerce strategy, it will literally take you straight to where you need to go inside this program. So it says go straight to the offer ads section. So if you go straight to the offer ads section and you go to e-commerce products, bada bing, bada boom, here you go. Here you go. Let's see. Marvin. So Marvin's gathered over 5,075% video views on my power content, and I'm ready to launch a campaign to a power offer with some included value bombs. You're ready to launch a campaign to a power offer with some included value bombs. So the power offer isn't for, you don't use value bombs for a power offer. A power offer is typically something that you're sending to a direct offer, where a value bomb is an indirect offer. But let me keep reading. I've created 1 engagement campaign to Messenger and 1 conversion campaign to sales to retarget and some LOL and some lookalike audiences. Would like to know, do I launch the power offer with CTA to the 5,000 plus leads to gather DMs using an engagement video views conversion, or sales purchase conversion, or both? And also use a lookalike audience I created from the 5K to target as well, using the same. So I will say this. So if I go here, I'll put my little pin on. So this is how I run this. And this is cold traffic. Okay. So you said that you've gotten a whole bunch of views on your power content videos, right? So you've been sending cold traffic and you've gotten, what did you say? Over 5,075% views, right? So you've gotten 5,075% views, right? So typically I do 25% views plus, but that's okay. If you want to use the 75, that's cool. And so what you're wanting to do is you're wanting to launch a power offer, okay? Now, one of the things that you can do, right, because you're going to create a warm stack here from these video views. And so what you could actually do is you could actually put your power offer here and only run it to this warm stack. But what you could also do is you can validate it up here to cold. So you can use your lookalike audiences here and send them to your power offer. You could also test lookalike audiences here and send them to your power content videos. But there's two different places that you could do your power offer. Then what you can do is you can do your conversion multipliers here, right? To warm traffic. These are the 60-second Reels videos, right? That go to the value bomb. So now you have warm traffic going to a power offer, which is a direct offer, right? To work with you. And then you can do these conversion multipliers that are going to go to value bombs. So this is the way that I would do this. And so right here, I would do this at $10 a day. Now you could do $20 a day too. I wouldn't start any higher than that. But when I'm running power offers to cold, I'm starting at $10 a day. Now the way that I do power offers, it would be power offer ad. I would go straight into an application, or if you have a low ticket offer, it would be power offer ad straight to sales page. I don't have enough context to be able to see which one if you're going to application. But here's the same way: add to application, power offer ad to application, or power offer ad to sales page down here. And then your conversion multipliers are going to go to value bombs, and then your power content each has value bombs too. So this is actually a very budget friendly ad strategy right here. So Marvin, hopefully that was helpful. Let's see. Adebayo? I'm so sorry. I am messing up your name, and I'm sorry. Please below this video, tell me how to phonetically pronounce your name, because I want to know all of your names. Let's see. I have launched all 3 power content videos, and I want to follow up and launch a power offer, which would be an in-person event. Which offer ad section of the program should I use? Single tickets to the event will all be $50 to $60. Would that be a low ticket offer? So honestly, I just answered your question here with what I just did for Marvin. Your event ticket, I'll just get a different color. Your event ticket, you could launch it to cold. You really could. $60 is still kind of lower on the lower end. But then also you could do power offer straight to the sales page here with your warm traffic. And then up here, you would do a power offer ad to sales page here with any cold traffic that you're doing. So you're doing it in 2 different places, one for cold traffic and one for warm. That worked out really, really well. Y'all had two questions that worked really well together. So Megan says, I have a $497 course that will be evergreen starting in February. Is there a specific training on where digital courses fit into the ecosystem? That is a great question. Oops, I didn't mean to close that. So I'm actually going to bring up my little thing again. So let's actually talk about, so she says that she's got a $497 offer, okay? So a $497 offer is a mid-ticket. Now, this is the way that we sell these things on autopilot, okay? Now, it depends. I'm assuming that you probably don't have cash flow problems. I'm assuming that you probably have sold this a couple of different times, and that's why you want to automate the process. And so if you go into the program, before I draw this out, I'm going to show you where to go. So if you go into the offer ad section and do the webinar VSL section, which is right here. This is typically how we sell $497 offers. It are through VSL funnels. And so I'm actually going to draw this out. So here's what your ecosystem would look like. Well, first you have to build the funnel, right? So if you have a $497 offer, the funnel of what this is going to look like, right, is you're going to have a landing page, right, for the free training, right? That's going to go to a VSL that is then going to pitch the $497 offer, okay? So what the ecosystem looks like here is we are going to send cold traffic to this, okay? Now make sure that you are using the training and the numbers, right? Do not launch without doing this first. Right here, it's going to reverse engineer the funnel. But what we're going to do is we're going to send cold traffic here, and then we're also going to send power content, right? Because if you send cold traffic to this opt-in page, on average, 20% of people are going to opt in here, right? With cold traffic, these are gonna be the people that are probably ready to buy. Remember, at any given point, there's 2 to 3% of people who are ready to buy your offer right now, right? And so they're gonna make it to the end of the funnel. But what do we do with 97 to 98% of people who are your ideal clients, but they're not actively looking to buy your stuff right now, right? And so, oh, that's fun. A Mardi Gras parade is actually going by my window right now as we're doing this call. A Mardi Gras parade right in front of my house. That's fun. My dogs are probably going to go crazy. But anyway, I apologize for that. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to send cold traffic to power content as well, because this is going to build this audience over time. Now, this is going to compound. This is what most people don't understand about my strategy, is a lot of direct response marketers are only doing this part, and then they have to keep spending more and more and more. What we're doing is we're going to build an audience of people that are going to be ready at some point to buy our offer. And this is why this strategy compounds over time. A lot of people have the misconception that my ecosystem replaces this piece right here. It does not replace this piece. We are building the ecosystem around your direct response. And that is why it's super profitable when ran over time. And when I say over time, I'm not saying 90 days. I'm saying over time, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna build our ecosystem around this VSL offer, and people who are watching 25% or more of these videos, they're gonna get put into a warm stack along with the people who have opted in. Now, remember, I said there's 20% of people who are going to opt in. There's 80% of people who will not. We can retarget them back to power content so that they have another chance to become a lead, an invisible lead inside our ecosystem, right? These are where the physical leads happen. You get emails from people, you get names. Here, you just get that Facebook is gathering their data. So we call these invisible leads, and we call these direct leads, right? Because you can see their name and email. Here, you can just follow up via retargeting, okay? So now that we have our warm stack, this is where we can boost posts on our business page. I like to boost posts as a retargeting strategy, not a cold strategy. This is a retargeting strategy. So if you go into the program and you go into where it says retargeting, I actually go over this in the easiest retargeting strategy, right? All of this is here inside the program. And then you're also going to have your ATM retargeting strategy, which are 3 ads right here. And that can be found right here, the ATM retargeting strategy. And then we've got one more, right? We have one more. We have our conversion multipliers, which are the 60 seconds Reels videos, right? That are going to promote a value bomb. And so there are going to be 2 ways that you can actually recapture these leads, right? You can get them in messenger conversation and then pull them through the rest of the funnel. And so that's one of the best ways right here that a lot of people don't realize, because there's people who are going to opt in, but they will not watch your VSL. You'll get them as leads, but they won't move further down the funnel. Now these ATM ads, these are gonna take people back to the $497 offer. Your boosted post is gonna nurture them with new content and build credibility and authority. And your conversion multipliers are gonna give you the opportunity to have messenger conversations with people so that you can present your offer. So hopefully this makes sense. I know this screen has a lot of drawing on it, but that is how we promote $497 offers and build the ecosystem around it. I see Mike says, hey Laurel, I just joined your $7 problem last week. I get you said program. My $7 program last week, and I'm in the Get Ready protocol, Organic Foundations. I have a free ebook guide, how to create LLCs, a $27 upsell ebook with detailed charts, a checklist, and a step-by-step info on how to do it yourself. And finally, I will do it for you in 4 days for a fee. Although I just started, I don't see anything that relates to what I'm doing. Am I looking at this wrong? Absolutely not. So you have a free ebook guide, right? So we're gonna, if we pop this in, it's gonna, like, one of the things that you guys are gonna notice is it's gonna be very similar, right? If you have an ebook funnel, I'll do this and I'll just kind of go up here just so that you guys can kind of see, you're still doing the same thing, right? You have cold, so you're still gonna do your power content. Here, you're going to have your ebook funnel. So it's exactly what I've been drawing out for this entire thing, because you're going to have your free ebook offer, right? And then they're going to be able to download the ebook on this page where you're going to have like a $27 offer, right? And then something else here. It's going to be exactly the same, right? 20% are going to opt in. What the 80% of people who don't opt in, you're going to send them back here. It's essentially going to be everything that I just drew out here. And that's one of the things that I want you guys to understand. The ecosystem works around any type of direct response marketing here, whether that's an ebook, whether it's a webinar, whether it is a $7, right? I build it around my $7 program. It is all going to be the same, right? People are either going to opt into your ebook or they're not, right? You're still going to build a warm stack of leads, and you're still going to do your boosted posts. You're still going to do the ATM strategy and retarget them back to either your tripwire offer, or you can retarget them back to your core offer. You could do both, right? And then you're still going to have your conversion multipliers where you might give away that ebook without getting their name and email and push them further down the funnel. But the one thing that I just want you guys to take away from today is that the ecosystem is the same. We're just executing it a little bit tactfully different, based upon what type of offer, whether you have a low ticket offer. But the ecosystem itself stays the same. Let's see, Jay says, hey, Laurel, working on conversion multipliers. Stats are really good. I'm getting a lot of hearts, but very few who raise their hand to ask for my accelerator kit. I watched that video for people having trouble with CMs where you say to make it clear who you're talking to and to not ask them an open-ended question, but to offer specific options they might be experiencing. When they do ask for my accelerator kit, they don't seem interested in having a conversation, and I don't hear back from them after DMing them. For the few who did answer my questions, I just wasn't able to convert. They just give me a sliver of what they're dealing with, and it's hard to give them something in a Google Doc and a Loom video that's going to really speak to what they're going through. I'm trying to connect with healers and spiritual seekers who are feeling stuck and a lack of flow in their bodies and lives. This is my best performing reel. Can you let me know what you think? Sure.
Hi there, this is for healers and spiritual seekers.
So already, one of the things that we want to make sure that we do is we always want to put like the headline at the top. Like, what do we want them to do? So in a box at the top, we want to say, grab my free PDF or something like that. That is automatically going to give you more hand raises. But let's keep watching.
Who are feeling stuck in their bodies and their lives despite the affirmations,
So another thing, you're not being clear. Stuck in their bodies. What does that mean, right? Stuck in their bodies. And I know in the spiritual space, you guys all assume that you guys speak the same language, but there's so much of a disconnect because we're lacking clarity. Like, stuck in their bodies, define, what does that actually mean?
The avoidance of anything negative. Despite the massive action you might be taking, you still are thinking and feeling and having the same experience. You're stuck.
So I'm a couple of seconds in, like almost halfway through your video, and I still not clear on what exactly you're solving.
The problem is that we tend to see stuckness as something to avoid or something to get rid of, but the truth is stuckness is a natural stage of consciousness that we encounter. So
you're speaking a little now. Again, I'm going to say this. I know a lot of you guys who are in the spiritual space think that you guys are speaking in clear language because you assume that other spiritual people use that same language. But there is a lot of disconnect between you guys, and that's the main problem in this reel right here.
A healing journey, and it's something that we need to move through. It's life putting us into contact with important parts of ourselves that are going to restore the flow and forward movement. And so I've created let's call it a flow accelerator kit. It consists of a Google document with the 10 steps of how to move through stuckness, and then a Loom video to help describe how to use that. So if you want that, let me.
Yeah, so this is not anything that you haven't told me. One, what is the urgency? Like, anytime that we're doing content and we're giving a value bomb away, what is the urgency? Why do they need this now? And what is the result that they can get within 24 to 48 hours, right? And so the way that we have to look at messenger conversations, I'm going to get out my little pen again. Let me because I think that this part right here is going to be clear, right? So at the beginning of the funnel, right? What we want to do, if I just draw like a little funnel, right? At the beginning of the funnel, we have to identify specific problems that our audience is going through, not situations, problems, specific problems that we can help them solve within like a 10-minute resource, and that they can take action within 24 hours, 48 hours the most. But we want this, whatever that we're putting in this value bomb, to be able to be easily digestible and something that they can easily take action on and possibly see a little result within 24 to 48 hours. If your value bomb does not fall into that, we need to figure something else out, because this is the thing that is going to get people to raise their hand, right? This is to build rapport so that they know, how can we solve a small problem? Because if you notice, everyone in the coaching space is trying to solve a big problem, okay? Everyone's trying to solve a big problem. The way that you can stand out is by helping your audience for free solve a small problem that's just going to get them over the hurdle for the next couple of days, right? Because then you get them in Messenger. The whole point of getting them in Messenger and giving them the value bomb is to help them solve a small problem, but at the same time reveal the bigger problem, okay? Then once you've revealed the bigger problem, you can say you're going to need X, Y, and Z in order to solve this big problem. Let's get on a call and I will give you the steps in order to get this, right? Then you get them on the call and then you tell them, in order to solve the big problem, you're going to need this first, then you're going to need this, then you're going to need this. They're going to leave the call with the roadmap, and you can literally say, look, I have a program that will literally help you solve this, has a resource to do this and this. Now, here's your roadmap. You can go and do that on your own, but I just want to let you know that we do this, and we do this, and we can help you do it in X amount of time, okay? Now, again, this is just a kind of an overview, because obviously this is a live Q&A. I can't go into a lot of detail, but this is how I want you guys to look at bringing people down the funnel. First, you have to win them over by helping them solve a small problem that they can digest, a resource in about 10 minutes, and that it can help them solve something in 24 to 48 hours. That will get them to raise their hand so that in Messenger, you can help them solve that smaller problem. But the important thing is you have to reveal what the bigger problem is. The bigger problem, that's how you get them on a call, because you're going to tell them that you're going to give them the steps. And then on the call, you're actually going to give them the steps. And then once they have the steps, it's in their hands, right? Depending on how well you described how your program solves that bigger problem is going to determine how well you're able to actually enroll them into your program. So hopefully that was helpful, because a lot of you guys are putting out content like this, but it's not specific in that small problem. You're either staying too vague, or they just don't, the problem is too big for them, that they don't believe that you can solve it in Messenger, okay? So that's why I make you guys do that exercise about the situations, and then every situation, it breaks down into problems, right? So one of the things that I want you guys to do as an exercise, this is going to help you guys, is break down, like, where is your client right now? Like, what is the situation, right? So for most of my clients, they've made money, but they're struggling to get to 11 or 12K a month, right? That is a situation. This is not a problem. Now, what are all of the problems that are leading to that situation? Well, one, they can't create content that gets engagement. The second problem is they don't know how to create resources that get conversations, right? So this would be all of my power content and the value bomb, the resource that would help them solve this problem that reveals why they're not getting here. Okay? So hopefully this is all starting to come together for you guys. Man, all of these questions today kind of just flowed right into each other. I love this. So Gustav says, hey Laurel, hope you're doing awesome. When making conversion multipliers or other videos in general, I end the video by saying, if you want more step-by-step training on how to achieve X, send me a DM. Yeah, you always want people to comment. Like, if you get people to comment, you will get a higher quality person. Send me a DM. It's basically a 20-minute video training. See, 20-minute video training, that might be too long. Is it okay if I promote the same training on all my videos? I would rather have one good value bomb than 20 subpar ones. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. You can do that, but use my script. Use the script that I have in here. I've got all of the conversion multiplier scripts in here, right here in this script, this template document. Just follow my scripts, guys. They're proven. They've proven over and over again. Don't make it harder on yourself. Go buy something that's proven. Look at this, 7 reels that made, see, all of these are flowing into each other. This is awesome. I'm working on my value bomb. I'm doing an accelerator kit as you suggest. Where could I see some examples of accelerator kits to model? Just ask. Like if you go inside the Facebook group, ask people to see examples of accelerator kits. Like for example, like one of my favorite accelerator kits is actually the SOP that I give you guys here. So if you go into the program, there is this messenger SOP. As an accelerator kit, I give away this messenger SOP along with this Loom video that's right here. And that is my, I want to say conversation accelerator kit. It's actually one of my best ones. So all I'm doing is literally this Loom video along with the Google Doc. That is an accelerator kit for one of my value bombs. But yeah, if you want to see other examples, like just ask. The Facebook group here, the community is always happy to share. Let's see. Estriana says, hey Laurel, so I'm working on my power content and offer. Hopefully we'll get back to have a look at that. I attended the conversations over cocktails this week and it was really helpful. Thank you. Well, you're very welcome. So I'm in the UK and I'm a Spanish teacher and I help high school students achieve the top grades without having to waste time on ineffective study methods so you can continue their studies and pursue their career goals. I love these types of offers. These do so well. I'm not sure who to aim my power content and offer to, the parents or the students. No, yeah, you're gonna aim this at parents because students don't necessarily care at that age, but the parents do, and the parents have the money, okay? Target parents on Facebook and Instagram and students on YouTube and TikTok. I'm almost positive students will just ignore your content on TikTok because they're so worried about other stuff. The parents are the buyers. The parents are the buyers. Because my ideal parents are busy, married professional parents with a combined household of 150 to 200, that's good. They value investing in their children's education and have spent thousands on tuition on other subjects as well. Their problems are that they don't speak Spanish, have no idea where to get support from to help their child, and even if they did, they wouldn't have the time. As they're the ones paying for it, I need to target them. However, my ideal child has good grades in her subjects and used to love Spanish, but since starting their GCSEs have found it hard and lost all their confidence. They don't particularly think their new teacher is good and have invested time in improving. However, they need to do well in Spanish, achieve a grade 6, 7, 8, or 9, but they're currently working at a grade 4 and can't seem to improve. The reason they do need to do well is to be accepted. The reason I'm thinking about this is because I've encountered a lot of discovery calls where parents have bought in and the child hasn't, and vice versa. So I'm thinking if I'm everywhere and both parents and students will have viewed power content aimed at them, I don't think you could try it. I just don't think students are going to be interested in that type of content. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to create it, to convince a student. But this is one of those things where you have to help the parents. You have to empower the parents to get their child excited about this, right? So I'm thinking if I'm everywhere, do I just focus on one, or am I missing something? Focus on the parents, and a lot of your value bombs could actually be things that will help them get their student excited about learning Spanish again. That's what I would do. Go for the parents and actually give value bombs away to parents who will get their kids excited about learning Spanish. But I honestly don't think you should bother targeting the kids. Kids on TikTok are not looking for this kind of stuff. Kids on TikTok are looking for all those viral videos. Let's see. Anna says, hey, Laurel, can you share with me how you'd suggest I pre-qualify in this ad? 3 things that would make someone not ideal. They take prescription medication every night for sleep and stress and don't want to stop taking the meds. They're not working and have financial issues. I love working with business owners of established businesses and parents. They have intense menopausal symptoms. I am creating a companion course for these women, but for now, this is a factor. Mild menopausal symptoms are fine. Let's see. Sleep is the foundation of wellness. Take my free sleep mini course and embark on a journey. I went from stress and sleepless. I want to show you how you can too. I've created a free mini course. Yeah, so you have to think about like your ideal client, right? You just said 3 things that would make someone not ideal is they take medication every night and don't want to stop taking the meds. Then that needs to be like something that's worked in here, right? Because you're being broad. And so this is a very short ad. You could be like, look, ready to kick the sleep enhancers to the curb and never take one again. Take my quiz or something like that. Like, again, this is kind of hard because I don't know a lot about like what you're doing, but we have to speak exactly who we're talking to, right? They're not working and have financial issues. So again, let's look at this, right? If you're trying to reach someone who financially can actually afford this is going to attract all kinds of people. Now, a small percentage of the people are going to be qualified, right? But you're going to have a whole bunch of people who aren't qualified. And so you have to think, 1, it all goes back to the conversation. Number 1, who has the assets in order to pay for this offer? And 2, what is the urgency that they need in order to solve this problem, right? And so you're looking for someone, like I'll just give you an avatar, right? And I'll share a personal story, right? So you want someone who has the assets in order to be able to pay for this. And so if you look at a perfect avatar who a lot of times has problems sleeping, turning off their minds, right? Entrepreneurs. I'm an entrepreneur and I, a lot of times, have issues turning off my mind, right? And I have trouble sleeping. And so a lot of times I have to take something like ZQuil. Now, here's the thing. I freaking hate taking ZQuil because when I wake up in the morning, I feel drunk. I do not like that. I do not like that feeling. And so you could literally have an avatar that's named Laurel, that she's a female entrepreneur who can't turn off her mind, therefore has trouble sleeping. And, hey, take my quiz to figure out what solution that we could do that will get you off the ZQuil or whatever, right? You can't use brand names and all that stuff, but I just wanted to kind of give you an idea. A lot of you guys are not choosing your avatars, and that's why you're attracting people who aren't your ideal client. If we go back to the health example, right, that I gave in Thursday's call, which, by the way, if you're listening right now and you have not watched the replay of Thursday's call, go do that. Seriously. I used the student that kept complaining that people who have health issues don't have any money. That is not true. I have plenty of clients who sell high-end health offers to chronically ill people. You just have to know, like, for instance, my client decided to target corporate women who are suffering at work and have to take a lot of time off, and they're going through their sick days super, super fast, and they have to solve that problem, right? 1, they have the assets to be able to afford it, and 2, they have the urgency to solve their problem because their sick days are running out, right? We have to figure out who are our avatars. And again, that is what is the missing piece for so many of you guys who are listening to this video right now. So if you haven't watched Thursday's call, go into the portal and click on conversions over cocktails and watch this call from Thursday, because if you're not getting the right people into your offer, I guarantee this is the number 1